Good evening, Toastmasters. I am Andy Seepaul. I am a club coach. I've served in this role as well, and it is one of the most rewarding roles I've served in because I had an opportunity to help a club become distinguished in the year that I serve as coach, improving their membership and improving their educational goals. And I've joined that club, and that club has changed its name, and now I'm a member of Transformation Toastmasters. At that time, that club had a different name, but today I'm in a different capacity. I am a member, a committee member of the League of Volunteers committee, and today I want to talk about how we can supercharge our clubs with service and some level of spirit, what we can do to energize our clubs and how we can benefit from participating in this program. So what I will cover today is the team that's called the LOV team, League of Volunteers team, just to talk a little bit about the concept of volunteerism, introducing the new Reimagined LOV program. What are some of the benefits? There are two levels. Discuss what those two levels are, how we can earn points to achieve both of those levels. Talk a little bit about the pledge, the submission form, some events that are specific to members of this program, and then conclude with a very short pop quiz. So I would like to introduce the team. The chair of the LOV program is Distinguished Toastmaster Maria Martinez, and there are three of us that support Maria in her efforts: Steve Vaughn, Jenny Powell, and myself. I'm Andy Seepaul. And together we form the LOV team that has reimagined the League of Volunteers program in District 84. So what I want to do next is for you to think of what volunteerism is. And in the chat, if you can provide what comes to mind, what one word or two that comes to mind when you hear the term volunteerism. If you can put that in the chat. Come on, coaches. We're all volunteering as coaches in the district. So what are some helping others? Or a word that mean that is sharing, is service, assisting, contributions. Well, while you're putting that in the chat, volunteerism refers to the act of offering our time, our efforts, our skills, our services to the benefit of others or a cause without financial compensation. That is a classic definition of volunteerism. So think about serving as a club coach. Does it qualify as volunteerism? Just by show of hands. If it's yes, show your hands. Yes, the majority says yes. Think about your role in your clubs. You are serving as a mentor. You are serving as a grammarian, an accountant, a timer. You're providing an evaluation to your fellow members. You're helping with your club website. Does this qualify as volunteerism? I see almost everyone nodding. Yes, it's all volunteerism. And there is this classical quote from Mother Teresa that says, I can do things you cannot, you can do things I cannot, but together we can do great things. This reminds me of that cliched saying that team, together we achieve more, because we build on each other's strengths. And this is pretty much what happens in a Toastmasters club. So I think every aspect that we engage in our Toastmasters journey is some level of volunteerism. While we're pursuing personal and professional development, we're assisting others in their journey. And that in of itself is volunteerism. So this reimagined program wants to reward Toastmasters who go above and beyond the call of duty for a regular Toastmaster and reward them for their service to the club to the district as well. So I would like to introduce what this new program is. At its core, it's essentially the same as the previous League of Volunteers program, but there are some changes and some additions that has been made. Essentially, when you participate in this program, you're considered to be it's a dedicated group of Toastmasters that are committed to enhancing the Toastmasters experience, that is of themselves and their club members, through service and leadership. The mission is to provide support and inspiration to members, to clubs, and to the district as a whole by fostering a sense of community through the provision of resources and promoting continuous growth and development. You can tell that there is a lot of similarity between this mission and the mission statement of a club. There is some alignment here because both has volunteerism at its core. So through these collaborative efforts, we're hoping to make a meaningful impact and share the love of Toastmasters. Okay, so some of the benefits that we can derive from Toastmasters in this program. The first is leadership development. It provides ample opportunities to develop and refine our leadership skills by taking on meaningful roles within the club, within the district, as well as in the community. So some of these may be like what we all are doing here tonight. We're club coaches, or can be we're assisting other clubs in contests or the area in contests. There are many ways that we can build or hone or refine our own leadership skills. And by doing this and participating in activities, we are networking with like-minded individuals. Like here, this is my sphere of, I would say my sphere of influence when it comes to club coaches, because we all are serving as club coaches. So it's my club coach tribe. And we're engaging in volunteer activities that foster growth through, it can be skill building. If we're helping with a website, Meetup, Facebook, we can build some skills that lead to personal growth. We can have an impact on the community if we volunteer. There are volunteers in our district that volunteer routinely at prisons, so they can have a direct impact on those communities that they serve. You will be recognized for your efforts once you have reached the point level for level 1 and level 2. Also, some of the requirements you will be recognized at the club level or at the area level or at the district level. And one of the exclusive benefits of being part of the LOVE program is some of these events that Maria and the team has put together that you can participate in, that have high level, I would say A-list Toastmasters who participate in these events. And it's all focused somehow on service and volunteerism. I would like maybe for Jenny, who is one of my co-authors on this talk, and she is a member, how to just briefly share how we can inspire member engagement as a club coach participating in this program, how we can inspire member engagement.
Well, I think one of the first things is, I know I had never heard of the League of Volunteers until Maria reached out to me and said, hey, let me tell you about this cool thing that we have at our fingertips in Toastmasters. It's not a new program, but it's not been promoted. It has not been a regular part of the conversation. So I would say to let people know, hey, things you may already be doing can count as points towards your League of Volunteer award. And because it's an individual award and it's something that comes from doing good things that not only help others, but make you feel really good about your participation in them, there's a lot of intrinsic value to it, and you can get recognized as well. But the main thing is a lot of these things are things that people are already doing. You may already be serving as a mentor within your club. You may have been asked to give a test speech for another club's contest. You may be helping another club with some other thing. You may be doing, if you're just doing the minimum to get by, this is not going to be for you. But if you have embraced the Toastmasters culture of we lift each other up, then it's actually pretty simple to find where things that you're doing already can turn into points for your League of Volunteers award.
Thank you very much, Jenny. So moving on to the next point, how can we inspire a culture of service if we are a club coach participating in this program and discussing this program at the club that you're coaching? John, Mark, how do you think we can do that?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
So you as a club coach, if you participate in the LOV program, how do you think you can inspire a culture of service in the club that you're coaching?
Well, I could share a testimonial of my experience in there with successes and challenges and overcoming those challenges and how that helped me. Hopefully others can feel a sense that they can accomplish the same.
Exactly. Thank you very much, John Mark. Purnima, how do you think by participating in the LOV program, we can enhance the meeting quality of the clubs we're coaching?
Sharing our experience is a great idea because most people like to hear what's going on in the rest of the Toastmaster world. And even as a club coach, when I go to my club, I often share what's happening outside, and people are curious. That's just a natural reaction. So I think with that, it sort of brings out a little spark. People ask questions, they want to know a little more, and then, they don't mind trying something new, which is always a great recipe to take the club forward, keep the vitality in the club meetings. And I think that in itself, it has a sort of multiplier effect because then it generates, when the guests come, they like what they see, and you can invite more people because you have a great club and so on. And I think it's just basically all about sharing and having fun experiences. Like when I come to these meetings, the next time I'm there, I'm going to tell them what I heard, what I saw, and somebody amazing I met, or something new that I learned like this. And I think that's just the biggest key for me. That has worked for me.
Yeah, no, great. Celebrating success. In the program, there's many opportunities to participate at the club level, at the district level, and the community level. And sometimes you get rewarded for the participation in the various programs. Like club coach is one of those programs that you can participate in and get points. And then you also get your recognition as a club coach. So kind of double dipping. How can we celebrate success as a club coach? Pim, any thoughts? We can use our success to inspire the club that we are coaching to supercharge this level of service and spirit we're talking about, club spirit. Pim?
I've been a Toastmaster for a long time, so I have so many blings, meaning I have the love pins, I have club ambassador pins. I can bring that in and show them. And a lot of people like to be recognized if I let them know that if you participate in this program, you can receive recognition. But what I would mention that you're already doing that anyway. As a club officer, you're doing contests anyway. You help the next club that need help. All those already there for you. You're just collecting the point and submit in the form, and you're gonna get all this beautiful thing. And the club I'm coaching, there also always doesn't have speakers, so I can talk about the club, the League of Volunteer at one meeting. I can talk about the ambassador program another meeting. But people like rewards, so if I can mention how easy it is to get it because you're doing it, you're already doing it.
Thank you very much, Pim. Exactly. And facilitating goal achievement, participating in the DCP. Pam. Any thoughts?
Well, I think it's much easier to achieve a goal when you have people on the sidelines cheering you on. And when you're a club officer or you're coming in as a club coach, you can not only step into that role as number one cheerleader, but you can also inspire the other members to help you, simply because everybody loves a good old-fashioned rah-rah session. But when you're being recognized, individual successes, club successes, it just feels so much better to have your people there with you, that you all go to the area contest and do this, and you all go to the division contest, and it's like you're pumping iron. This is our group. And everybody wants to be part of a successful group. That's how you attract good members. That's how you attract involved members, engaged members. And I think that the success and the recognition of that success for your goals, it feeds on itself and it just blossoms.
Thank you very much, Pam. And the last one, to promote community impact. And this is something this Reimagined program has bring into focus. Nathan, how do you think you can promote community impact as a club coach?
One of the distinct challenges of a club coach that is hybrid, the club that I'm coaching is exploring doing a monthly in-person and then the rest virtual, but the way they marketed it made it sound like they were only going to in-person. So it was very confusing and we needed to clear up some of the marketing. So some of the way of considering outreach, some of the traditional things post-COVID and pre-COVID are very different. So we've discussed working with the area, working with the division, and combining the resources. Like at community events, they've talked about farmers markets and other community outreaches, having the youth speakers events for those 4 sessions with the youth speakers event. We don't have a current prison or institution near us to do that gavel program, but so they're looking more at partnering with other clubs and getting more involved with the contest levels. And then again, leading by example. Pam talked about that engagement piece. And I think getting with your local chamber of commerce or your economic development or looking at what other clubs in your area are doing well or have encouraged the ambassador program, just so the struggling club can see what healthy clubs are doing, not necessarily to poach them or grab them from somewhere else, but just encourage them to see what Toastmasters could be. And as they're aligning their goals and visions for the short term, and as they go long term, to see maybe they would become an area director, etc.
Thank you very much, Nathan. These were all great answers. When I first asked the question, when you hear the word volunteerism, what comes to mind? Assisting, sharing, contributing. So this is an opportunity for us to share this program with the members of the clubs we're coaching, to let them get engaged and participate in this program so they can also realize the benefits. There are rewards at the end, but the rewards along the process, the ones that are intangible, not the little pin that you get, but the people that you meet, the connections that are made. I think those are the network, the important rewards of this program. So thank you all for participating. So I'm going to get to the mechanics of this program, which is there are 2 levels. The first level, you have to achieve 25 points to earn the League of Volunteers Award. You have to achieve 10 points inside of your club and 15 points outside of your club. Outside of your club is defined any activity outside of your club, that is area, division, or at the district level, or in combination with the community as well. And if you are a super volunteer participant and you earn 50 points, so providing you earn the League of Volunteers Award and you gain 50 points, regardless of the category that the additional 25 points come from, you will get the League of Volunteer Award and 25 superstar points. Maybe Pim can cover the superstar points another time. I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about that. So the points can be earned, as I said, at the club level, at the district level, and at the community level. So this past quarter, in the first quarter of the program, what we did was put together all the activities that people submit at these 3 levels. And I will share with you what people have been doing to earn points. So at the club level, activities like assisting to maintain your social media platform, whether it's your Facebook or Meetup or Twitter or LinkedIn. If you're using TikTok, it doesn't matter. If whatever social media you're using, if you're assisting with maintaining your club website, if you're serving as a mentor, did you attend TLI round 1? If you're not an officer and you attended TLI, did you serve as a functionary in a contest? It's contest season. Lots of opportunities to be sergeant at arms and ballot counter and timers and judges. Many clubs and areas need assistance. So you can gain a point for every time that you serve in one of these roles. Did you participate or assist in organizing, or did you chair some special event? It can be an open house. It can be some kind of outreach event. Are you a special events committee member? How about serving as the newsletter editor? Did you serve as on someone's HPL or DTM committee? So lots of activities, lots of ways you can serve to earn those 10 points within your club. Remember, every time you serve as a contest functionary, it's 1 point. So it's not just serving, say, a ballot counter. You can serve as a ballot counter in one of your club contests, a sergeant at arms in another contest, a timer in another contest, and gain 3 points right there. At the district level, the opportunities multiply many folds. And this is not an exhaustive list by any means. We are encouraging you in your various roles, whatever you're doing, to submit, if you think it qualifies as volunteerism based on the definition we shared earlier, submit those points and let us be the vetter. We will determine whether that activity qualify for the point. Lots of opportunities here. I don't want to read it all. You will get an opportunity. I'll share this PDF of this presentation and you'll get to review each of these activities. So you're a club coach. We all are. So we all get a point just by serving as a club coach, and so many other opportunities. If you're serving with club contests or area or division contests, many opportunities to get those 15 points to earn the level 1. So 10 from the club, 15 outside of your club. So outside of your club is defined by service at the area, the division, and at the district level, and also at the community level. So outside of your club is that 2 category, the district and at the community level. And we have a lot of Toastmasters that have conducted public speaking workshops or have spoken at civic organizations, Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, Kiwanis, public awareness campaigns, collaborated with local organizations, or serve at a correctional facility. So every opportunity that you have to volunteer can earn you a point. It's easy to get to that 50 point, I think, if you are a Toastmaster on fire. Just ask Pim. So how do you participate? So we know all the ways we can participate, gain points, but how do you really participate? There's really two ways to it. The first is you have to sign a pledge. I'll ask Pam to share the pledge and the submission form in the chat, the link to it. So we would like you to sign a pledge. This is your commitment to the program. Also, the information that is collected allows you to be on the mailing list, so you get the emails for upcoming activities and our e-zine. There's a 2-page monthly magazine that Maria puts together, so you will be on the mailing list for that. But more importantly, it's your commitment to the program. So you're pledging to download the LOV application form, to seize the opportunities to serve within the community and track your activities and submit your application. Periodically, because we'll be publishing a leaderboard. The leaderboard for the first quarter will be out soon, but all submissions have to be done by April 1st, so the data can be collated and awards made in time for our May conference. And then promote the program as well. To submit your form, we've redesigned the form that you are familiar with, whether it was a PDF or an Excel spreadsheet. Now it's a jot form that is very intuitive, very simple, that the team has redesigned. The link is in the chat. Just look at it. I think there is 4 pages that you have to click through. The first is your welcome page. The second gives you some background on the program and the points that you need to accrue for both levels. And then the third page allows you to submit your volunteer activity at those 3 levels within the club, within the district, and within the community. And then we have a closing page. So that's how you participate in the program. And I would like to see everyone here participate, because you already have a point. You only have 24 more to go, and I'm sure you can get 24 points based on, because most of you are serving in other capacities as well. So there's some area directors here, and if you're an area director, you have contests. So there's lots of points you're throwing away if you don't log them in this program. So once you are part of this community, we keep you updated through our e-zines. Lots of information here. Specifically on our events, you'll see some ads from our events. These are 2 that are completed. One was by Farsi and the other by Morag Matheson. These are A-list Toastmasters that have come to our district particularly to speak to the LOV participants. We have 2 activities that are upcoming. One is December 10th, and this is a panel discussion that Pim and Vicky and Manal, they're all recipients of the J.C. Williams Spirit Award, which is another community award that the district had a few years ago that recognizes individuals who go above and beyond to make an impact in their communities. So we would like these 3 recipients of the award to share their experiences how they have transformed their communities through service. I will be moderating that panel. And then in January, we have our first Vice President, Stefano McGee, will be discussing catalysts of change. So great events that target LOV of volunteer participants. So when you say what's in it for me, just these events make the whole program worthwhile. So okay, we have a pop quiz here. Just unmute yourself and tell me what LOV stands for, what LOV stands for.
D, League of Volunteers.
League of Volunteers. Okay. How many levels of achievement can you earn by participating in this program? Let's hear some people who we haven't heard from yet. Eric.
I say I would go with C.
Well,
But,
Eric is the Buzz Lightyear of Toastmasters, but within this program, it's 2. Yeah, it's B. And how do we make a difference as members of this program.
All of those.
Can you all read? Can someone read what those are? Gail?
By supporting club and district events, by mentoring fellow Toastmasters, by leading community outreach initiatives, all of the above.
Yes, the answer is all of the above. So as Toastmasters, we're energized. We want to supercharge the clubs that we're coaching with this sense of spirit, of, especially in this holiday period of and service. So don't we all want to support our club and district events? Don't we all want to mentor our fellow Toastmasters? Don't we all want to lead community outreach events?
Of course.
Yes, we all do. So what are we waiting for? Participate in this program. There's really so much to gain, the community and just the sense of purpose, the networking, just everything we get out of volunteering. I love this program because I'm on the backside of it, on the planning of it, but I'm participating as well. So I get to see both sides of it. And I would like every Toastmaster to participate in it. And if you're a club coach, share this program so that the Toastmasters in the clubs that we're coaching can avail some of these benefits, and maybe we can use this as not as a recruitment tool, but as a retention tool, so they can see benefits beyond the Toastmasters educational program. And Pim, that's all the time I have, and I took way more than was allotted to me, so thank you very much.
No problem at all, because I get to learn all this. And I probably have 50 points ready to go already. It got me excited. I wasn't going to participate because I thought that I already done all this, but you got me excited again to do it again. Why not do it again? And I encourage all of you. You already have a few points already. I'm sure you're helping with contests and all this cool stuff, mentoring new members. So take advantage of it. Thank you so much, Andy. Did a great job. Welcome, Gail. Sorry about the Zoom link. Will be different every time. I did not create repeated event because we don't do it all the time. So the next meeting, we only have 3 more meetings until the rest of the year, and every meeting, the Zoom link will be different. Okay. At this time, we have about 13 minutes for all of us to share ideas and challenge, success story, challenge, or whatever you want to share. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
So, Pim, I've been, regularly attending Gainesville Toastmaster as a club coach, and I truly realized that the one person makes big difference. That Terry Martin Buck is basically leaving the president of the club, and we had a new addition. Her name is Elizabeth, and wow, the club is really starting to boost the morale again. She brought a lot of experience with different districts. She moved in from the southern area, like a Sarasota area, to Gainesville permanently. So, if you can, it's always important to ask every guest to, join, and the one can make the big difference. That's what I've been going through, and I'm excited about the new addition to the Gainesville Toastmaster.
Thank you. That's a great success story. Yes, don't be afraid to ask guests to join. I know members who said, we want them to visit 3 times before we ask them to join. You just missed that opportunity. There's no reason to wait until they visit 3 times. Gail?
Yeah, I have attended 1 meeting and 1 executive team meeting. And at the meeting, we had 2 guests ask some great questions. And at the end, when they were asking me as the coach, what I thought, I gave both constructive as well as very positive comments. And one of them was that I tried to link to their website off the agenda. They had a link, and I said it didn't go anywhere except to Free Toast Host. And so that opened up a big question. Oh, geez, we thought that meant. So I subsequently met with the vice president of public relations and the website admin, and we went through everything. We cleaned up, we added to, we made sure that TI had the right inquiry, a good number, etc. So just being there and just checking links that they, I guess, had taken for granted. So they're now updated, and hopefully they'll get some inquiries and grow that club. So that's just a start. I'm really excited. That was a simple start.
Yes, it's very important that their link is working. I mean, their website is working, because I have a club that I visited twice already, try to convince them to have coaches, because this is a long-time club and they still refuse to have coaches. But their club website, the contact us button is not working. And I share with them that your contact us button is not working. It's not clicking. And it's still there. It's still not working. They have a website, but the contact us is not, whatever you call it. People can't click it.
It's not
Broken link.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you're coaching, so website is also one thing that you can check. And also the meet our members button. If all the members will put in their information, their face, their picture, if they wanted to, hey, that's a good way to promote your business right there. Let them know. Because if you're a realtor, you can put down, hey, I'm, as a member, I joined Toastmaster because I want to improve my communication skill. I'm a realtor, something like that. So that they can promote themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, in that same meeting, Pam, I had also encouraged them to reactivate and get their members to really utilize Free Toast Host, because it wasn't being used except as a tool to print their agenda. And I reviewed with the PR and the admin officer, how to get their members more functioning, and I showed him a few tricks of the trade in the modules behind the scene. So yeah, it's important to have that link to their point of contact. Absolutely critical.
Yep, that's why they did coaches. And the first step, they did the first step. They agreed to have a club coach, so they did good. The first step is to admit that they need a coach. The second step is to allow the coach to participate. Yeah. So every one of us doing great thing.
No, I just wanted to add on and say that in my club, I've been going almost every other week. I try to attend that. And we just did a presentation, the MOT that was done by Akeem Bennett. And it was great because I think the club members actually requested an outsider. They said, we need more perspective because this club has quite a few DTMs and senior, Toastmasters who have been there longer than I have even. And they just have lost interest in doing things like pathways, and it's just sort of, it needs something to push it up. So he did a great job. And these are the things he pointed out about the club website. I don't think anyone had paid attention to that before. And also with the community events, like what Andy was saying, speaking before, and he brought that out to say, like there's no point meeting in the basement of a church. No one knows you exist. You need to go out and like tell people and do the community things. And, it's also service. Everybody in the club is quite service oriented. So those are great pointers that I wouldn't have thought of myself. Just by attending these forums, it's good to know.
Thank you. We'll go to Nathan, then we'll go to Andy, and each of you have 3 minutes max.
Oh, I won't take 3 minutes. I think the challenge we have when you have a club under 20 members is having a realistic budget with the local dues. Now that TI has their due structure a bit higher, many of our members financially are struggling to maintain their membership due to finances, not necessarily time. So we're trying to be creative with a realistic budget, but also know we have fixed expenses, like if we have an online presence, the Zoom fee, other fees that we might have. If you're going in person, there are fees related to a room rental, etc. And sometimes when you have less than 10 members, it's very difficult to maintain a budget. So I just wanted some creative ways to convince them that we needed a budget and it has to be realistic for what they want to do.
Yeah, the club that I am coaching using the free Zoom. So they have 40 minutes and then everybody log out. Then we log back in for the next, half an hour. Andy?
Can I, before Andy comes on, may I comment to Nate's comment? Central Florida Facilitators is my home club. It's not the club I'm coaching, but we meet in person. And Nate, the money situation has been pretty important, but we have to pay for where we're meeting, like 110 every meeting. So if we had charter strength of 20, we were asking for a donation of $5 per person, and that would pretty much break us even. But our treasurer, who happens to be a finance advisor, he's talked to us about donor approved funds, DAF. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with that term, but we have received $1,000 from 2 individuals with these donor advised funds. And I can talk to you more, Nate, or anybody else after this meeting. But yeah, we've got some critical monies coming in to help us with our meeting place.
Awesome. Wow. Andy?
Thank you, Pam. So I have been attending the club I'm coaching for 5 weeks or so now. And I kind of struggle with how to engage the leadership separately from the entire membership as a club coach. We have great meetings, but then we need to have conversations outside of those meetings. I approach the executive team via email to invite me to their executive committee meeting so I can maybe share some ideas or listen in and see how they're planning and share some ideas to improve. So I would like to know what platforms or what tools or what forum have you found to be most effective as a club coach when you are now trying to get your foot in the door with a new club?
One thing I found successful, we have an educational moment most of the clubs are in. In addition to a joke time, quote unquote, we have a teachable moment, literally a minute or two, and talk about some Toastmaster, something that they may have needed. And then also in the agenda, I make sure I'm on the agenda for their executive meeting as well as the regular meetings as needed, or as they need me to fill in as a functionary.
Thank you, Nathan.
Well, one of the officers, usually they're more friendlier than the others. Maybe you can connect with that person directly, just that person for now, and then perhaps they can share whatever your concern is to the rest of the group. All right, anything else? If not, we'll give Gail 2 minutes. How do we get that $1,000?
With 2 people. The donor advised funds, or the qualified charitable funds, when you reach the magic age of, I think it's 72 and a half, our government mandates that those of us who have investments and whatnot, that we have to start basically downsizing. And it's an IRA. And so if it's a traditional IRA, you'd have to pay taxes. So what they've done is the government, they've allowed you to donate to a approved charity, and the approved charity is a 501c3. And it's simply setting up the account with your financial advisor or with the Roth holder, and then distributing funds from that Roth. And then you as the donor are not taxed, and nor is the recipient. But you have to have the golden age of 72 and a half to take advantage of these required minimum fund draws that the government mandates from your IRA.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, we all get there someday, but perhaps we can get in touch with Gail if you know more. We are at 8:30.
And Pam, excuse me, it doesn't have to be a Toastmaster. It can be somebody in the community. And that's where the treasurer financial advisor approached one of his clients. And
yeah, some people have too much money and then they have to spend it when they're 72. So those are the people that we're looking for. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And if you want to stay, have questions, you're welcome to stay. I will stay back about 10 minutes.